yo. Yo, this that poetry in motion, flowing like the ocean. Folks is overdosing, yeah, I know I got you open. Don't front like a blunt, you can roll it up and smoke it. Poke it in your bloodstream or sniff it till your nose drip. Like Pookie in that New Jack City movie. Get G-money, make these honeys bust like Keisha with the Uzi. Till I, the Dudda man, the son of Sam, 100 grand. Every verse is a kilo, so please come again. And again, like people fiending around the car to try to infiltrate. I split your wig like Nino Brown's barber. The slick author, push bricks like Rich Porter. I spit sick lyrics that get shipped at the border for big quarters. This rap talk is like a passport. Traveling through the ghettos, igniting crack wars. Average men, they get jealous, they like the task force. Cause fiends light up my records and then they blast off. Like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high. Like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high. Like Al Pacino, my style's illegal, like housing kilos. A Sam Rothstein scheming dollars inside the casinos. Watching through peoples, cause them coppers disguised in them street clothes. Trying to lock me cause I'm popping like I'm with the Migos. From the East Coast, Niagara Falls, New York State. Not far from right where they send you after your court date. For that drug case, that's upstate, I pump bass. Sprinkle it with lyrics, fans be listening with that scrunch face. Like they blunts laced with angel dust. Wait, you bugging out like when someone took David Ruff's place. Displacement from temptations can end greatness or win races depending on different situations. But I digress, I'm like a Pyrex. This dope will make Drew Hill need 12 instead of 5 steps to kick the habit. This is classic, the kid is magic, so gifted. I spin and turn the Grinch into a Christmas addict. Yeah, like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high. Like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high. Like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high. Like a dealer to a dope fiend, I just give you what you so need. That poetry from my notebook, now you roll it and you smoke it and you blow it. It's so potent, let's get high.
You're listening to Elevations Radio, your station for uplifting lifestyle and wellness talk radio.
Views expressed on shows are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its management, or other advertisers. Use of these shows and all services provided therein are for personal use only. The Elevations Radio Network holds no responsibility for the validity or accuracy of information on these shows.
Hey fam, welcome to the Let's Be Real with Greg Van Reeves show here on Elevations Radio, home of the best indie music you will find online and some of the hottest talk shows also. And I am your host, Greg Van Reeves, and before I get started, let me pay a bill real quick. This show is brought to you by Quitting Time Productions, LLC. That is actually me. That is my nonprofit company where we try to do some parties with a purpose where proceeds go to different charities and whatnot. And my first big event, hopefully, if everything goes right, will be next month, my 55th birthday and the 1-year anniversary of the Let's Be Real show. So I'll keep you up on that, give you the details. But if you want to get with me, I always forget the letters, QTPLLC at yahoo.com. And today, I have a very special guest, the hardest working man in the city right now, author, poet, motivational speaker, father, black man, all that stuff, Mr. Jay Floyd.
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Welcome.
Yeah.
I finally got you on. You've been on Elevations Radio, but finally got you on Let's Be Real.
Turn to the toner to the wait. Turn his microphone.
Yeah. We hold on, y'all. There you go.
The toner got to be in your face.
Right.
Situated so the toner in your face.
All right.
There you go. Okay, now we good. Can y'all hear him now?
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me good? That's what's up.
That's what's up. So, I asked Mr. Floyd to be here today.
Yes, sir.
First of all, to talk about some of his stuff, but also we want to introduce Black America to White America. And what I mean by that, I had a coworker that asked me, what is CPT time? And first I had to tell her, it's CP time. The extra T, the T actually stands for
It's a little
time.
redundant.
Yeah. So, but it got me to thinking with the rash of 911 calls on us for living our life. Like maybe it's because they really don't know us. So I said, maybe, we can introduce them to us. Let them know who we are.
That's really deep, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, I think a lot of prejudice, racists come from fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
So, that was my thought anyway. But before we get to that, some foolishness. Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Have you heard this story?
I saw he's going to be like an ambassador to Russia or something, right?
He's a special envoy to America from
Russia.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
He became a Russian citizen in 2016. Now I'm going to tell you.
How do you do that?
I love Above the Law. That's about it. I mean,
Mark for death.
Mark for death.
Something.
Okay. Yeah, I like Mark for
It's
death.
always
too.
3 words.
His first couple of movies I liked because, we like martial arts.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But, okay, then he got ridiculous. He got overweight and he started going straight to DVD movies.
Yeah, with 50 Cent. Yeah.
And somehow, I guess, him and Vladimir Putin got cool. And you're like, come on, the mother Russia, I got you.
Yeah, it's probably not hard to do.
He gave him citizenship, and now he is the special envoy of Russia to the United States.
Yeah.
If that ain't some foolishness, I don't know what is.
It's looking like I think they're going to try to infiltrate us through our celebrities.
And I just don't see a connection where Steven Seagal and Donald Trump was cool.
You know what? Maybe
That's the second time in 2 weeks I've done that.
You said his name.
I said his name. I apologize, audience. Y'all know I don't use that person's name. I call him that dude. I'm sorry.
I usually call him 45.
Yeah, see, and I can't call him 45 because I put him in the category with the first 44. And this dude is just not, I can't give him that. I can't.
It's true.
I can't. It's just too hard. But yeah, I had to mention Steven Seagal. I thought that was...
I think I know what happened, though. Russia don't really have, like, up-to-date stuff.
Right.
Because of the Cold War. So maybe all they have is these straight-to-DVD bootleg movies. Like, so they think that's American culture.
Yeah, and it was 30 years ago.
Yeah. But they probably haven't caught up yet. So,
Right. Yeah, that's
Putin
true.
might have a DVD collection going on, and he like, I'm going to get this dude.
He could really be a huge Seagal fan. I can see that.
If your view into America is DVD movies, you probably would think Steven Seagal is the president.
And he's selling it like crazy over there. Like, oh yeah, I'm a big star. I can get you a meet with whoever. Who you want to meet in Hollywood? I got you. I don't really know Beyonce and Jay-Z, but I might get you with Ludacris or something.
Curtis Jackson.
Right.
Don't get him with. You can always get a meeting with Kurt.
I had to bring that up. That has nothing to do with the subject today, but I heard it and everything
it
about this
does though.
Yeah.
It kind of does, because like you said, black images. Culture embraced him back in the day.
That's right.
That's just a uniqueness of what we do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's, I can't wait to get into that. But I got to hold on to that for a little bit longer. Folks, if you're grown, you can't go to I Promise. Okay? Can't go. Your kids can go. You got to move to Akron, though.
I'm going.
I looked at that school like, man, I want to go back to school. I want to enroll so bad.
You got to be at risk, though.
Right. Well, we are at risk.
You can't be regular. You got to be at risk.
Yeah. But and that's another thing that on a not so funny foolishness, how they start putting out these articles how Akron is going to have to pay so much money for this school. So so every kid that graduate got a free ride to college.
Yeah.
Every parent that wants to get a GED and job placement. Every kid get breakfast, lunch, and snacks, and a bike and a uniform.
Yeah.
So.
I love the bike, man. I think that's dope.
Yeah. Well, when he left,
bike is dope because that was his thing, right?
Yeah. Remember when he left the first time? He came back that summer and bought like 1,000 kids bikes.
I remember when he was a rookie, he used to ride through Akron on the bike, and the kids would follow him. So the bike was always his thing. I like that.
That's kind of like the Rocky thing.
Yeah.
Jogging through the city and he got the bike.
I like that.
I do too. And what kid wouldn't want a bike?
And all schools got it. I mean, no school is self-funding because it's not. They're not charging the kids, so the money's got to come from somewhere to keep going. So he's not going to keep paying for it all the time. I mean, he didn't pay all of it for this time,
Right.
He got investors and stuff. So you're going to have some tax money.
I think it was brilliant, and people that's hating are just haters, and that's just crazy. And I got to say, like, I had a friend ask me, was Jalen Rose hating? Because Jalen Rose brought up the fact, well, first he brought up Jeffrey Daniels. Like, do you know who Jeffrey Daniels is? People like, no. He's the one that invented the moonwalk. And then Michael Jackson made it famous because he opened up a school back in 2011. Yeah. So he's comparing himself to...
Was Jeffrey Daniels in Shalimar?
Yeah.
That's where he's from.
And he didn't invent the moonwalk either. They was doing that when I was at Hamilton. There's some guys, matter of fact, one of them on the radio right now. He's on another station, so I ain't going to mention his name. I ain't hating. I'm just saying. No, but I see the moonwalk back when I was in 8th grade.
But that dude is the Jeffrey Daniels to you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See, that's we ain't going to say it's not.
Yeah. But bottom line is, it's a dance everybody like and loves. What difference does it make who did it first?
Yeah.
So I don't think Jalen Rose is hating at all. I think he was trying to bring about the fact that a lot of athletes do a lot of things in their community. They're just not on the star level that LeBron is, so they don't get that press.
Yeah.
And maybe they haven't done it on the level he did. I mean, that school is like a palace.
It is like a palace. And LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time.
Right.
And he even that's one of the reasons. I don't think he was hating. He was just saying something that was kind of unnecessary to say.
He was.
Because he even prefaced it by saying, I'm not a multi-time all-star.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I did this. So I think he really just wanted to take his opportunity to get a little light. Yeah, I think it's really good that you bring these topics up because I think they all fall right into your main topic, man. These are just uniqueness of black folks. We don't get a whole lot of shine. We fight over it.
Yep.
That's just what we do, man. It's the nature of us right now.
And I really believe Jalen Rose is just trying to say, just because I'm not up there, not a 4-time MVP and all, doesn't mean I wasn't giving back to my community too.
Yeah.
Like, everybody is not going to get that spotlight in our community because
absolutely, but
they only give us one light at a time.
It comes off like he's going against LeBron when what he's really doing is going against the media by saying y'all don't publicize it when other people do it. And I don't think he was clear enough on saying that.
He even made it a point to say what his students were doing. Like I think this was the first year that they graduated from the time he started. And I even say, like in Cleveland, a guy asked me, why ain't LeBron do that for Cleveland? First of all, he can't do it for every city. Second of all, he's from Akron. He played here. He worked here, but he's from Akron. And it's not like Cleveland players haven't done certain. Charles Oakley kept people working when he was in the NBA. You could laugh. He had car washes in Cleveland and New York.
It was huge.
But
it was great.
People were making a living off of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
I just, there's always some negativity. There's always a fight. And I think that is, unfortunately a little bit inherent in our nature to fight over things. I think that there's a reason for that because historically they've made us fight for things.
Yeah, exactly.
Letting us have what we deserve, we had to fight each other for it. And I think right now you still see that. So, like they'll compare Michael Jordan to LeBron. And neither one of them has anything to do with each other. They never even played in the league together.
Play different positions.
They play different positions. They're built completely different. They have different strengths. They should never really even be compared. But we do it. Even with the school thing, people bring it up. And both of them have done great things for people. There should never be a tit for tat. This person did that. Well, but unfortunately, it is.
They love to bring up the fact Michael Jordan, some of his money went towards building prisons. Let me say this. When you hire a financial advisor or a stockbroker, whatever, your money goes where they put it to make you money. And you're not. Now, if you're business savvy or financial savvy, maybe you will look into where your money's going and say, hey, wait a minute.
That was found to be a hoax. That was found to be untrue because it was just another person who was named Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And they ran with that because, he is a big target because, he could have done more to prevent like the killings over his shoes and stuff. So where people want to strike out at him. I personally, I think, he just is who he is. And he's a great player, great part. He's done what he's done. LeBron is great in his own way. And I think we shouldn't even compare him. But people will continue to because it's our nature.
Phone lines are open at 440-252-0518. That's 440-252-0518. Call in, join the conversation. Since we brought up Michael Jordan and tennis shoes, a young man told me today that he paid $2,300 for a pair of Yeezys.
For one pair?
Yeah. He said he had the first pair of I said, dude, they would have to drive me to work. They would have to, should be able to live in them with air conditioning. There's no way come on, man. Are you serious? Yeah. Now, I had to think that maybe he's just lying, but I'm like, why would you make up a lie like that?
Now, I wouldn't doubt it because, they cost
Kanye West
$400 to begin with. And then he plays with his exclusivity, so he'll only release a certain number of them to drive the value up. So I'm not surprised if one pair could reach that.
20. Yeah. Man. And I'm driving this dude around in my van. I'm like, see, that money that you spent on them tennis shoes
could have chipped you off.
We could have been riding in your car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was another bit of nonsense I had. $2,300, he said, for a pair of tennis shoes. I didn't even know stuff like that existed, for real.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've spent $2,500, $2,300 in the last 23 years on tennis shoes.
I don't like to spend $100. If I got to spend $100 on tennis shoes, I'm mad.
Yeah,
I'm searching web to get a deal for about $55 is the most I'm really wanting to spend.
Yeah, people that work with me know, man, I'm notoriously frugal with stuff. I'm not doing that, man. Not having it. If it can go into my kid's bank account, it's going there. I'm not going to put it on my feet.
I know that's right.
I don't do that.
So I want to read this poem for you all real quick. It's called Black and Unapologetic.
Yeah.
I am not sorry for my brown skin, a magical mix of honey gold and the perfect hue of melanin. I am not sorry for my corrupted curls, and I would not tame them for society's cracked mirror of beauty. I am not sorry for my lips as full as the moon at the sky's darkest hour. I am not sorry for my wide hips that stretch as far as the horizon. I am not sorry for my loud opinions, scratching fallacies like nails on the chalkboard. I am not sorry for my attitude, my pride, the way I strut like the fine queen I know I am. I am not sorry for myself or any sister of color loving and embracing their blackness, making you feel uncomfortable. I am not sorry for being a running bloodline of black woman, rooting deep in this country and sprouting my fruitful orchards in your backyard. I am not sorry for knowing my worth. I'm not sorry for sewing the tongue that has been ripped from my sister and brother's mouths back into their place. I am not sorry for demanding the respect I deserve. I am not sorry for being happy and black, angry and black, unapologetic and black, fierce and black, fearless and black. I am not sorry for being your worst nightmare. that was written by Ashley Tate. And I loved it. And that's the first introduction to white America from black America. That was, I read that, I had to use that.
Yeah.
Even though, there's a woman talking, I usually don't recite women's poems. I mean, just because I'm a man, I can't really put my, you know what I mean? I'm not, I love Phenomenal Woman, but I never recite it because I can't put the passion behind it that it deserves because I'm a man. I don't know nothing about that. But anyway, I love that poem. I thought it was powerful. It said a lot about what I was thinking when I wanted to do the show and what I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. And what I did was I asked my white coworkers, if you had one question to ask a black person that you've been wanting to know, but were afraid to ask, what would it be? Mm-hmm. The first one was the CP time, which, let me explain. If an event starts at 6, you can expect us about 7:30. That's a CP time, man. I mean, that's what it means. We don't all, like, I'm one of the people that hate being late. I'm early.
Same way.
The only time I'm late is actually to a party. Because nobody want to be the first one at a party.
This is my question, though.
Yeah.
Why not? I've always wondered this.
Why not be the first?
Yes. If somebody got to be, right?
I'll tell you this. In my experience, you're going to be carrying stuff. Bam. Bam, can you get that out the trunk? Bam, can you... Man, because they done forgot something. You got to run to the store.
Carrying stuff.
Yep. Avoid helping set up. You invited me to a party. You didn't ask me to help you give a party.
You're supposed to be selfless, man.
Oh yeah, I am, and I do. But I'm 55 now. I'm tired. My back hurt. I want to go there, get my cocktail, sit down, maybe dance a little bit, and go home.
So what about when you was 25? Why not show up?
No, I was notorious for being the first one. First of all, I was too excited. I was one of the people that couldn't sleep the night before. I can't wait for this party, you know. And I'm always the first one there, and I always wind up carrying everything in. And somebody dancing with the girl I wanted to dance with because I was too busy carrying in the ice.
See, I'm a control freak, so I like to show up early so that I know what's going on.
Right.
I know what it looked like. I know where I want to be, where I want to sit. I want to see the lay of the land.
Okay, let me ask you this. It's your party, your birthday party. Mm-hmm. The invite says it starts at 8. What time you getting there?
Me?
Yeah, you. It's your party.
I'm getting there. I would probably want to get there at 7:30 to make sure everything's all good.
Right.
So yeah, I'll probably get there at 7. I want to make sure it's rolling, man.
So when my coworker asked me that, I said, if it's my party and it started at 8, I'm be there about 10:30. I said, now, no, this thing though, no, I'm gonna be there at 5:30, getting everything set up.
Yeah.
And once everything's set up and somebody's staying to watch and make sure everything's set, then I'm leave.
So what happens between 8 and 10:30?
I'm pre-gaming, I'm prepping, I'm making sure my beard and mustache is exactly right, my outfit. You know, you might stuff
right at
happens.
10:30. The grand entrance.
That's right.
I've left.
I know, right? You're going to miss a lot of people, man.
No, because, let's be real, we are late to parties.
Do we gotta be, though? Do we gotta keep that going?
No, we don't have to. No, we definitely do not. Because I think, in all seriousness, I think the older we get, the more we want to get to a party and get out and go home.
Yeah.
We ain't like back when we were kids, we wanted to stay out all night long because I remember we didn't go to Vales. We didn't leave out the house to go to Vales until 11 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean? There, it's like midnight by the time you get there. Yeah.
And it don't stay open until 3 or 4, but in our mind, it seemed like it was 12 hours we was in there. Yeah. But we didn't leave the house until 11 o'clock. So, but that's a youth thing. Mm-hmm. You know, when you get more mature, you I want to make appearance, tell Jay Floyd happy birthday, give him his present, dance a few songs, have a cocktail, and then I'm out. Bro, it was nice seeing you. Much love, many more. You know what I mean?
That's why I usually don't come too late.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too late because I want to get in see everything that's happening and get out.
And I honestly, I don't think that's what we mean by CP time. An event is something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
That's just.
So they talking about like going to work.
I think like now
I tell you, hey, meet me at 8.
Right.
We're gonna talk about business.
Yes.
Meet me at 8.
Meet me at Starbucks. Meet me at Starbucks at 8, and somebody gonna get there at about 8:30. You didn't drink a pot of coffee, about to leave when they pulling up. Like I even talked about you right before. I told Rob, I said, you know what we do? We say, I'm coming down the street, which we automatically assume is my street. If you come to my house, and it could be any street that you coming down.
Black people, we always say we're 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
5 minutes
That's the best.
I always try to say
those,
exactly what my GPS tells me.
Right.
If it's
You're actually in traffic today.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It is difficult. Traffic coming here during this time of day is always kind of hard. The phone line's open at 440-252-0518. 440-252-0518. We don't like our hair being touched. I mean, I think the question, can I touch your hair, is even more offensive to us than the actual. I just don't. Why would you? That's just a stupid question to me. Sorry. I don't know how else to say that. I get it. It's different. Mm-hmm. You're curious. Touch it. My hair.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because white people's hair is unique to us, and we don't want to touch it.
No,
so
I never.
I've always thought that was weird. Yeah.
I never even thought about it. As white, can I touch your hair? No,
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't need to know. That's not information
and is
I
it
really
just
need.
our hair, or do we just have a personal space thing?
That
we
too,
might have a whole
definitely.
"don't touch me" thing.
Yeah. I was me personally, I was always real funny about my hair anyway. I ain't like nobody touches it from my barber, my woman, and my mother when I was a kid used to braid it every night. But other than that, I ain't like people touching my hair.
Really?
I felt as a kid, I fell in love with the story of Samson, and I thought I was Samson because I always had real long hair.
Yeah.
So I thought, somebody touched my hair, I might lose my power. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really believe that, and I mean, yeah, I know I was a special child,
As long as you
and I
stayed
didn't grow
away
up to
from-
become Bam, so I had some type of power,
As long as you stay away from Delilah's.
right? And that's been my downfall.
Delilah's to get you.
That's been my downfall. Those doggone Delilah's. Phone lines open at 440-252-0518.
Yeah.
These next two questions, because I only got two questions. Whatever, I gave them open door policy. Like, look, I'm not going to get offended, whatever. I want to give you some answers. I want y'all to know us better so that you would not call 911 on us
How many people did you interview? How many people did you talk?
It was 5.
You didn't
5
feel
or 6.
weird walking up to him like,
No.
I got some race questions for you?
No, the area I work in, these are some of the coolest people I ever worked with for my life.
So it was just open
wide
with
open.
it.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Because we talk about it all the time. Like, I didn't ask her. She asked me the CPT question, just out of the blue. She's like, Greg, can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure. She said, what is CPT time? I said, it's CP time. It means colored people. And then I explained it to her. And then we all gathered into this big discussion. And I thought about the idea for this show. And I was like, you know what? I want all the white people in here. And I said exactly like that. If tell me one question. If you had the opportunity to ask black folks one question, what would it be? And I got these 3 questions. I'm going to get to the other 2 in a second.
Do you think she understood the CP time when you talked to her?
Oh, yeah, because everybody threw in their stories and we were just laughing uncontrollably.
They probably been waiting for decades to ask that question.
Yeah. Yep. But I honestly, because she's so young, I'm like, how do you not know what that means? In today's
They
society,
know what it
like,
means. They just want clarity.
yeah.
Some people don't.
And I am like the oldest guy in the room. There's one guy older than me, but I think, yeah, that's probably why they asked me. So we're going to take a quick break. No, the only other thing before we go to break, because I want to say these two questions for after the break. But did either of you see the video of the guys got pulled over by the police and they handcuffed themselves to the steering wheel?
It was a fake video, right?
Huh?
It was a fake video.
No, this wasn't fake. Really? Yeah. These dudes was telling the cop, look, they had their license and stuff on the dash, and the cop was laughing. You would have thought it was fake, but it wasn't. He was like, we don't want no problems. We ain't doing nothing. They go our ID. They handcuffed. Like, and dude said, okay, so when I leave, how are y'all going to get out? He said, I'm going to call my girl. She got the key to the handcuffs.
No, that was they were acting.
Oh, they were acting. You sure? You positive?
It sounds like it.
It sounds like it to me too. But I looked at it several times. I'm like, man, I think this is real. Because they were asking people, what would you do? I mean, it was like no laughter. Well, the cop did giggle a little bit.
They got you, man.
Yeah, maybe they did.
They got you.
But it just seemed appropriate nowadays because it didn't got to that extreme. Well, you got a guy laying on the ground in Florida, got shot.
Yeah.
I mean, what you run away, you get shot. Whatever you do, you're getting shot. So yeah, maybe I did get duped, but I thought it was real. Yep, I'm handcuffing myself.
But I mean, that shows you the kind of, like you said, that shows the kind of environment we're in, that was realistic enough,
right,
to believe
that I believed it and brought it on my show. Anyway, so we're about to take a break. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the song you heard coming into the show was one of my girls' dudes. Okay, that didn't sound right. Good friend of mine's dude, man. Anyway, it was saying poetry with Poetic Dope. And I really like that song a lot, so I want to give him some props. And we will be right back after another song.
I'm Carol Johnson from Burlington, North Carolina, and I listen to Let's Be Real with Greg Bam Reeves Thursdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on Elevations Radio.
Nowadays everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they mold their lips. It's a bunch of gibberish, yeah, forgive them for that, cause they forgot about me. Nowadays everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they mold their lips. It's a bunch of gibberish, yeah, forgive them for that, cause they forgot about me. Who told you that I ever really needed you? If we gon' do this, we might as well tell the truth. You needed more than I ever needed from you. Look at me stand up, put my hands up with my hands proud. 'Cause I got power in my hand. I got power in my feet. I got power all over me. 'Cause I march to the beat of my own drum. About to blow up like my name is Bubble Young. If I could ever do it all over again, I would. I'd be more loyal to myself, 'cause I know nobody could do it like me. Nobody could work hard for me. Nobody could see what I see. For me, for me, for me. Speaking to my people. Still. Cause I'm much to the beat of my own drum. Can't take it no more than way too long. Way too long. Way too long.
And we're back to Let's Be Real show with Greg Bam Reeves. The phone line's open at 440-252-0518. My guest today is author, poet, motivational speaker, all that, Jay Floyd.
Yes, sir.
And before we go any further with our topic, I did want to ask you about the driver's seat.
Yes.
Now, what is this about?
The driver's seat is like, this is my message. I teach kids a lot, actually young adults, age 18 to 30. And I wrote my life story a few years back. And what I teach people in my ministry is about how to live out loud, right? How to ground yourself in God and how to turn your volume up on your life so you don't live scared. Right. You know, a lot of people, they live out loud when they doing dirt. You know, they walk in like they don't care when they doing dirt. But then when you living right, they get real quiet and humble. You know, but I feel like God wants us to live out loud. So the driver's seat is a blueprint on how to live unashamed for God and how to find your own purpose, how to find who you are, and how to go back and fix a lot of the things in life that you may not have done right. You know, passive aggressive communication for men, you know, learning how to really be a man and stand up and be clear and not use a lot of passive aggressive communication and behavior, pushing things off on other people, expecting somebody gonna bail you out. You know, the mama's boy syndrome. Yeah. You know, so I'm really, I talk to a lot of people about that, and I pour into a lot of people about that. And that's what God has helped me work on in my own life. That's my own journey. Right. You know, trying to overcome all of that and become exactly who God created me to be. So I'll put together a blueprint for other people that's going through the same thing.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Can I hold this up for the people that's watching live?
It's called the driver's seat. How to hop out the back seat of your life and drive in your God-given purpose. You know, it's about finding that purpose and hopping in and driving. It takes a lot of courage to hop in and really correct your life and not just say, I'm quiet, I'm doing the right thing, but move forward, be out loud with it, and be proud of it.
Right. Now, this is your latest book, but not your only book.
No, I got 3 now. My first one was called The Poet Who Watched the Whole Parade, and it was my life story. And it's kind of what got me started. The second one is called The Unofficial Guide to Fatherhood, and it's a collaboration. So these authors one of them out in Pittsburgh, shout out to my man Dominic Damaski. He reached out, he saw my book on Amazon, and he reached out to me, and he wanted to put together a book of a lot of fathers who were all authors from all around the country, different age groups, different stories, different circumstances, and we all tell our you know, how we approach fatherhood. So we all got to write like 3 chapters in that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And this one came out when?
This one just came out on the 4th of July.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
For some of us.
Yeah. Or as black folks call it, the 4th.
Right. Exactly.
Gonna do it for the 4th.
And this is available where?
Amazon. I'm strictly published through Amazon right now. You can reach me personally and get a signed copy. But online, I'll sign an exclusive deal with Amazon Kindle Publishing. So go to Amazon, look up Jay Floyd, JayFloyd, The Driver's Seat, and you will find it.
I love that title and the concept of that book.
I appreciate that, man.
A lot of us brothers are taking a real beating right now.
Yeah.
Not just in life and social media, mainstream media. And it's good to see brothers stepping up in such a way. So one of the first questions I was asked, this young man, I'm really impressed by this guy. He's Mexican Irish.
Yeah.
And he
Irish.
knows, right.
All right.
He knows more about black history than a lot of my woke friends.
Yeah.
And I'm saying my woke friends. I'm not talking about you woke people. 'Cause I don't know all of y'all.
Well, I mean,
I'm just talking about the ones that I know.
CeeLo said it in a song. He said, white folk know more black history than we do.
Yeah. Yeah. So he asked me, how do we feel being lost? I immediately knew what he meant because Sunday I just happened to watch The Lost Boys, the movie with
Kiefer Sutherland.
No.
The new one.
No, The Lost Boys. No, not the bad part.
Hey, that was the joint though. Right?
This was Reese Witherspoon worked at a employment agency, and there were 3 young men that escaped Sudan. During that, and she was helping them to get jobs and adapt to American life. And they were called the Lost Boys because they had to flee their land and whatever. So I immediately knew what he meant because me and him have these discussions all the time. And I said, you know what? That's a great question. I mean, we can go deep into that. And for those of you, and I shouldn't assume everybody know what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know what he's talking about, as far as us being lost, he said, I can go visit my relatives in Mexico. He said, I'm sure I can find some of my relatives in Ireland. He said, but for you, I mean, where do you go? How do you know? Like, you're right. Unless I buy one of them DNA kits or...
I got one.
If I was rich like Oprah, did you?
Yeah, I did that.
And
my wife got it for us. It was dope.
Really?
It was dope. Yeah, it came back. The biggest one was 26% Nigerian.
Okay.
I thought it was dope because you can click on like a timeline. You go from like 1850, 1900, 1910, 1950, and it shows like all of the circles of where you're from. And like if you click on like 1900, it shows them coming into the Carolinas as slaves. Yeah. And then like you click even further, it shows them going to Mississippi and Alabama. And you click on 1910 and it shows them coming to Cleveland. Yeah, like they really do that.
I gotta get one. I gotta get one of those now because I was kind of skeptical at first.
I went through Ancestry because we already have my family tree set up out there, so we just use them because then you can tie it to your family tree and everything. So it was really dope. I know a lot of people that have done it. Yeah, and mine was unique because mine had no white in it. Like none. Which is funny because growing up,
original man.
Yeah, that's what like all of my friends was like, man, you from Wakanda, bro. But like it was like I think I was like less than 1% white Jewish, and then there was like 2% was I can't remember the name of it, but it's the term that they use for Spain, Portugal.
Okay, yeah.
So there was a small slice from there. Yeah. And I think that was my grandfather because my grandfather had a big red afro and everybody assumed that he was half white. But now we understand it was probably more like Spanish or Portuguese. Yeah.
Wow, I can't even talk about this subject no more because he ain't lost.
You know
I'm
what?
The one that's lost.
I think everybody should do it. And it's funny because I used to like rant on this subject when I was in college. And fresh out of college, I would talk about this all the time. Like, they always say black people deserve reparations.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. But what about reparations that's not really cash?
Yeah.
Give us something we deserve like this. Like, I think this ancestry thing should be subsidized by the government.
Exactly.
Like, why would anybody have to go pay for that if you black? That don't make no sense.
I agree 100%.
I think they should deliver that. And I think they should create like a Department of Heritage. And trace all of them lines back. Anything you could find, you pay for that. We'll come pick it up.
Yep,
that's our reparations.
I agree. I agree 100%. A comedian said the other day on TV, like they get mad when people take back what you took from them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They were talking about the situation in Iran and taking their oil back. That we took.
Yeah.
Like, why they get mad when people take back what they stole from them? Like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And to try to answer the question the young man asked me, I think a lot of our people, and I don't like generalizing. I don't like speaking in generalities, but a lot of our people may not even realize that until they feel the need to find out. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Let me try to clarify that. I was raised in a household where the two main books in our house was the Holy Bible and the autobiography of Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. My mother had an afro up until I think the late 80s before she never got a perm. She got her hair straightened. Mm-hmm. My mother never even got her ears pierced. She was Angela Davis for real in our house. So we grew up all about our history and all that. So I've always, but I know a lot of people, they didn't. As long as their father came home with the groceries, paying the bills, and what difference does it make? We're from Cleveland.
Yeah.
They never really.
And you can't really blame a person
No,
for that.
not at all.
You really are both, right?
Yeah.
You know, that heritage of Cleveland is deep in itself.
Right.
Right. So I think, I don't know. I mean, looking at his question, how does it feel being lost? That's deep. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of like the Nation of Islam back in the Malcolm X days, where they used to call black people the lost found black man.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing I always think about is we can't trace it fully back to actual people, right? Like they can say, all right, looking at your DNA, part of you comes from Nigeria, but I can't go back to Nigeria and be like, y'all my people.
Where the Floyds at?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, and I think that's the biggest thing. That does hurt. And I think that, you know, it don't hurt in a conscious sense. It hurts in a deep subconscious sense, where it's really easy to chalk your path in life, you know, because you don't really know who you are. You don't have anything to latch on to or live up to. You have a lot to live down to. Right. You know.
Yeah. And I was thinking, pardon me? Sure. Yeah. Cut the mic on, producer.
But you know, the interesting thing, we can't trace back necessarily exactly like whose house we came from. Mm-hmm. There are ones that traces you to your tribe or whatever. Yeah. But the cool thing about going back to Africa, a lot of times they welcome us back. Yeah. They say welcome home and stuff, and that in itself is healing for the people that I've known that have gone over there. Like literally them hugging them, embracing them as the lost children, and saying welcome back.
That would be fresh. I
would probably bawl for like.
Oh, most definitely. I probably would getting off the plane. Yeah. I mean, because it's like we don't. A lot of us don't see ourselves as being kidnapped, but we got people there that say, "Where's my children?" Right. You know what I mean?
Mama says that they tell the story of the time when we sent our child to the river to get water and they never came back.
Yeah.
And that's the story that they tell still over there about us.
That's really deep.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to somebody that I know that's been to Africa will say they saw somebody look exactly like so-and-so. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or look and so you got that connection like, yeah, I can at least say I'm from here.
Yeah. I do that a lot now.
Maybe not.
When I see two people that look just alike, I'm like, are they descended from the same tribe? Like, how does that happen?
This guy I met in the late 80s from South Africa. He said when he first got here on the bus, he would just look at people and name the tribe that they were from. And this is after we've been mudded, mixed with other stuff. He can still see the features strong enough. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Phone lines are open at 440-252-0518. That's 440-252-0518. We're here introducing Black America to White America with author, motivational speaker Jay Floyd. The second question was a little, I think he was almost asking the same thing, but trying to word it in a different way. And no, I take that back. This is totally different. He said, how do we deal with the fear of, he didn't use the word death, I put it in there. How do we deal with the fear of death? He's like, everything we do can end in death here in this country. Mm-hmm. They get pulled over by the police. They're afraid, ooh, is he going to smell this on my breath? Mm-hmm. We're like, I don't know what is about to happen.
This might go left.
And it doesn't make a difference if our children in the car, we've seen that.
Yeah.
That doesn't save us anymore. It doesn't save us if we're laying on the ground in compliance. Mm-hmm. It doesn't save us if we're running away. We can't go to Starbucks and wait on a business partner. Police call. Once the police get there, there's no telling what could happen. Mm-hmm. We can't barbecue. We can't sell water. You got an 8-year-old girl, and I've said this a couple times on my show, 8-year-old girl selling water. The woman who calls the police on her sells cannabis products to animals.
Mm-hmm. You know what? But none of that's new.
No.
The only thing new about that is camera phones.
Yeah.
All of that stuff has been the reality. You know, it didn't get worse. It's just right there.
But do you think
don't stop?
Is added fear because we see it so much now? I mean, we heard about it before. A few of us may have actually seen it. But I mean, now everybody knows. Everybody's seen it.
Yeah, I think
ever since Rodney King, everybody's seen it.
Yeah, and I think you see more of it because you see more black people in white neighborhoods. There's more mixing. You know, I think 40, 50 years ago, everybody still knew this stuff, but it was only one place where it was happening.
Right.
You know, now it can happen anywhere, you know, because we are pretty much everywhere now. There's very little all white neighborhoods. We're going to get in there. And when we get in there, who knows what's going to happen, man.
And I got to be honest, I was shocked, and I shouldn't be, when Philando Castro was gunned down by Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm like, they do that in Minnesota?
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's everywhere. But it just, I don't know why that hit me. It hit me that the man got shot in front of his children and his woman. That was bad enough. But when I found out where it happened, I'm assuming that this was Milwaukee or somewhere. But I heard Minnesota. I'm like, wait a minute. Minnesota, I thought, was one of the most, like, integrated areas around. I thought. Maybe I was too big of a Prince fan. That I don't know.
I was going to say,
I've
been there a couple of times to Minneapolis and St. Paul. And, you know, there's a lot of our Scandinavian brothers and sisters there. But yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of black people.
The guy that I kind of raised on my street, he played for the Browns for a hot minute. He went to the University of Minnesota and he moved there and he married one of those Scandinavian sisters. So I'm thinking, and I know quite a few people that's lived there or from there that I mean, I just never thought that would, I mean, I'm not naive enough to know it won't happen anywhere. Yeah. I'm just saying it's shocking to see it happen there. So, yeah. And again, to answer his question, you can't live in fear. We are a spiritual people. We might have different views on spirituality, religion, whatever, but we've always been a spiritual people, and we know we can't live in fear. I mean, if we had, we probably wouldn't still be in this country right now. We'd be destroyed already. But so, yeah, I don't know. I can't answer your question. I don't deal with fear.
How does he do?
Yeah, how do you?
You know what? I think black people are unique, man. I think we eat fear. You have to deal with it. We feel it. We eat it, and it becomes part of us.
Right.
You know, and we generate it out some other way. You know, we excrete it in some other way. Yeah. You know, we have a lot of bravado that, you know, is really not really bravado. You know, it's really our way of dealing with fear. It's like shields around us. You know, we walk around and say we don't care about nothing. We're not affected by nothing. You know, and that's really just our way of dealing with the fact that we're affected by a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't afford to let it show most of the time, especially around each other. So we don't let it show, but it eats away at us, man. And that anxiety and all of that stuff is hereditary, man. And that's the problem.
I have a face that I make walking down the street. I can't tell you the name of the face on this show, but it's basically to keep people up off me. That's kind of, but I think most of our fears are the same as anybody else's fears. You know, certain areas that you don't go down at night. You just don't. Y'all don't run out in the woods. We don't go down in the hood. I mean, I
think it might be a little different though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we protect ourselves from ourselves a lot more.
Oh yeah. But no, I meant like we have some of the same fears, but we got a lot more.
Yeah.
That, like you said a minute ago, we mask them.
Yeah, we got almost nonstop.
But we still fear the same stuff y'all do. You know, I never thought about crossing the street when I seen a gang of white dudes walking down the street, but that's just me.
Unless they were cops.
Right. Unless they were cops. There you go. But yeah. And we got a short minute left here. I just want to say real quick, we are stylish people. Yeah. We do like to look good.
Yeah.
We can be broke as a joke, but try our best to look our best. I didn't get a chance to get in code switching.
Oh, man, that's the biggest one.
I know. And we got 5 minutes? Okay, let's do a little code switching for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the biggest one, man. It's constant.
So if you were to define code switching, for me, okay, I'm going to try to, because we run out of time. I got to say as quick as possible. For those of you who don't understand, we have to be different people at different times. When we're at work, we try to use proper English. We get off work, get with our people. We talk however we want. Yeah, another vernacular. You probably have no idea what that means because you could be you 24/7. And it's not like we're not being ourselves. We just have to project something different.
We got to project an image that fits into the social mores of what's acceptable in any environment at all times. If we want a job to raise our families, then we're going to do that. You know, and we have to all the time. And I think that one of the, you know, I think like immigrants and children of foreigners can relate because they go through something similar. But the difference is what we have naturally that we can't show. We can't let our guards down because it's looked at as uneducated and second class and not good enough. Whereas, you know, a foreign person or immigrant, you know, they might be just looked at a little differently. We'll be looked at like you don't even belong here.
Right.
You know, so it's I think they can relate, but it gets a little more dramatic with us because, you know, it's almost impossible to completely assimilate. So we are always, you know, naturally, we always just have our guard up and we're translating every word and every movement. You know, that's how deep it goes. It's body language.
Yeah.
You know, everything. Way we shake hands. Everything.
Yep. And some of us may not even realize we're doing it because it's become second nature to us now. That's just how we have survived.
And some people they don't have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
They don't either. Some people don't have the ability and some people just don't care and they don't do it.
Those are the no filter people.
Yeah. And I think I think they have a video out where they talk about that example of the lady who testified at Trayvon Martin's at his trial where she had the inability to code switch. And so she gave a valid testimony and the jury refused to hear it and hear what she was saying because they didn't consider her credible.
Right.
Just because she couldn't translate it from her regular street language or how she talked every day. She just did not have the wherewithal to do it.
Right. That's so true. We talked about it a lot when it first happened because I remember like she kind of disappeared from the scene for a little while, like somebody was teaching her.
Yeah.
And when she came back, she was better.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even want to say better because it wasn't like she was wrong the first time.
She was more coached.
Yeah. I'm sure some lawyers, maybe Mr. Crump or whoever, tried to, you know.
That's a good point, though, that you corrected yourself from better because it is no better.
No, it's not better.
As long as you can communicate, you can communicate. But it does help in certain situations if you can be adaptable because that's just the brutal fact of reality. That's what we are in. It's not fair, but it's where we are. It's what we got to deal with, you know?
And I'm thinking to myself, like, that wasn't this is what's really crazy that I just thought about. It wasn't a jury of his peers. And I was like, wait a minute. Trayvon wasn't the one on trial. George Zimmerman, it was a jury of his peers who didn't understand her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why in my mind I thought it should have been a jury of Trayvon's peers?
Because that's the way the media has left it.
And she was on the
in the end, it was a trial of him.
Right, yeah. Have you watched the Rest in Power series is on BET about Trayvon? Yeah. She's really, really... But she said she wanted to go to school and graduate and all that. So she's
But shout out to African American vernacular English. I love it, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, respected part of the language, man. It is.
That's right.
It shouldn't be looked down upon. Even mostly by black people. We need to stop that.
Yeah.
If somebody say they conversating with you, they conversating with you.
Right.
Quit correcting people.
Right.
They know what they said. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
They know what they said, and you knew what they meant.
and I'm going to tell you, it's funny that he mentioned that because that's one word that really irks me. I ain't never,
and it is
ever
a word.
It is a word.
People keep correcting it. It is a word.
Yes, it is.
Language is a river, not a lake. It's constantly changing.
That's right. There are words in a dictionary that, in my opinion, shouldn't be in there, but they are. Same, you know.
Plus Biggie said it. That means it's legit.
Right. That's right.
Come on.
Biggie. So what you got coming up next? Oh, matter of fact, I want to thank you because I know it's been a busy week for you. You've been on the radio all week, and I really thank you for squeezing me in.
I gotta go home and see my family.
I know that's
what
right.
they look like this week.
Anything new coming up? Any performances? Any appearances?
Not this month. October 6th, I'll be appearing. I don't have all the information with me, but I can publish it on the site. But I'll be making some speaking engagements, 2 of them in October. And right now, my biggest thing is I'm turning my book into a workshop. So I'll be it's a 2-hour workshop that will truncate down to 45 minutes for some. So I'll be going around trying to deliver this workshop because I think people really need it.
That's great. That's great. Well, you got a friend here. Well, you've had friends here at Elevations Radio, and you got a home here whenever you want one
I
at
appreciate
the Let's Be
y'all,
Real
man.
show. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Man, I had a ball, man. I love the topics, man. That's dope.
I gotta get some sponsors so I can get on for 2 hours.
Seriously,
this
man.
1 hour is going by too quick. But,
I love the approach of the topics. This is dope, man.
And my former I ain't never mentioned her before either. Anyway, she know I used to hate the word dope. only no. I'm gonna tell you something real quick right before we go. It was this group of people when I first met Jay in the poetry scene. That's when I was hearing the word dope so much, and it used to aggravate the mess out of me because dope destroyed my generation. So it's nothing cool about it.
I remember you saying that to me too.
Yeah, I just tell everybody that, like, man, I lost so many friends to dope.
Yes.
So dope is not a positive thing for me. And now, I mean, I'm used to it, just like conversate. I don't correct nobody. That's what you're comfortable with. Yeah. I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna correct you or nothing. In my head, I'm gonna say converse. But it ain't gonna come out my mouth. So anyway, but I've gotten used to it. I still don't use it myself. I slipped up on this show once and said it.
You said conversate?
No, dope. I was feeling. I'm like, that was dope. I was really feeling like, whoa, wait a minute, take that back. I ain't mean that. That was very, very nice, is what it was. So anyway, thank you all for joining me this week. We'll have next week. I don't know who my guest is going to be yet, but it's going to be Sex and Sexy After 50. That's right.
Wow.
This is a show about the nifty 50s.
Nifty 50s.
That's right. And like I always say, develop your hunger for knowledge and feed it. Pick up a book and read it. Set a goal and see it through. And always, always believe in you. Peace and love, fam.
How can he be my man?